Ranjana Ma'am's English classes.
Hello viewers, yes, many of you had asked me for the tenses because in ICSE you have a passage wherein you have to put in the correct tenses. Not only in ICSE, tenses are an important part of your grammar. In order to know English, you should know your tenses. In order to write properly, you should know your tenses. In order to speak properly, you need to know your tenses. So tenses form a vital part of your English learning. So tenses, they are of three types. So the first is the present tense. Present tense means what we are at the present moment. Past tense means something which has happened, which has already been done, which has happened. And future tense means what will be, what is going to happen. So this is a very simple explanation, and mind you, I'll explain the tenses very easily. Within 12 minutes, I will explain to you all the tenses. So in simple present tense, past tense and future, they all have simple. Simple present, simple past, simple future. Then you have present continuous, past continuous, future continuous. Then you have present perfect, past perfect and future perfect. And then present perfect continuous, future perfect continuous and past perfect continuous. So simple present, what do we understand by it? An action that has happened in the past, it is happening now and will happen even in future. So like the sun rises in the east. I go for a walk every morning. So it can mean also old habits. He goes to school every day. So these are your simple present tense. And in simple past tense is just the opposite. Means you make it a past tense verb. I went there. I did this. I ate my lunch. And then in simple future, I will do my homework. I will go to school tomorrow. I will learn my lessons tomorrow. So will. So these are simple present tense. And in the present continuous, that means an action which has been continuing at the time. Like at this moment, I am teaching you. You all are listening to me. You are learning from this. So these are your present continuous, an action which is continuing. The past continuous, it is the past tense with the ing verb. Present continuous, the form is be verb and then the main verb with the ing. So I'll write it down. So present tense, the be verb, that means is, am, are in the present tense, and then the verb and then the ing. That means I am doing, I am going, I am writing. So all these are your present continuous, an action continuing. In the past tense, some action was continuing. It means some action that was continuing. And then something happened, like the thief was stealing when the police entered. So another is the action completed, that is simple past tense. And the action which was happening at the moment when the police arrived, So that is the thief was stealing. So in this case also be verb in the past tense plus the verb plus ing. Okay, and in the future also, I will be doing my homework tomorrow when you come to meet me. So you have fixed an appointment to come and meet some person, and that person your friend maybe, and that friend is saying that when you come to meet me at that time you will find me doing my homework. So I will be doing. So will plus be plus main verb and ing, will be doing. And the present perfect means an action just completed, an action which has been completed but not very far away, not very long ago. So I have done my homework. It implies that I have done it a little while ago. Father has just returned home. So that means it is not a long time that your father has come back from home. He has just left. So this also means that that person has left the house only a little while ago. So in the present perfect form, there are two verbs in the auxiliary one, has and have. So when do you use have and when do you use has? So have for I, we, the first person, you for the second person, and they for the third person, right? So I have done my homework. You have done your homework. We have done our homework and they have done their homework. You have done your, they have done their homework. So have done. But when do we use has? He, she, it. That means third person singular number. So we use has for third person singular number. She has done her homework. He has done his homework. It has been done, though it is in the passive voice. So this is where we use has and we use have for both the first person singular and plural, the second person singular and plural, and third person plural number. Only for the third person singular number we use has, right? And then in the perfect continuous. Perfect continuous, so there has to be the has or have of the perfect one, and then the continuous means ing. So a combination of both of them. Like, it has been raining for the last 6 days. I have been reading this novel since last week. So have been reading, have been raining. So have plus been plus main verb plus ing. So this is in the simple present, this is in the present perfect continuous. So when do we use this present perfect continuous? It implies that an action had been started in the past and it is still continuing. Like the rain is still, it is still raining. So it has been raining for the last 6 days. That means the rain hasn't stopped. From 6 days ago the rains had started and it is still doing. He has been suffering from fever since Monday. That means from Monday the fever came and it is still there. The past perfect continuous. So in this case also, instead of have or has, we will use had. Had been doing, had been raining something. So the have or has is replaced by had and the remaining is the same. And when do we use this past perfect continuous? Past perfect continuous implies something which had started in the past and had continued for a long time and then had ended. It is not continuing up till now. So this is where we use the past perfect continuous. And what about the past perfect? Yes, I forgot to mention the past perfect. Past perfect, instead of have or has, we use had. And you don't need to bother whether in the first person we will use this or that. For all the persons it's the same. Had done, had gone, had written. I had written the story some 3 years back. That means something done in the past. And another thing, in a sentence, if there are more than one past tense, means it implies that two things have happened. One has taken place earlier than the other. In that case also, we use the past perfect form. I'll give you an example. Suppose you reach the station. You reach the station. You find the train has gone. Train has left. So what will you do? The train had already left before I reached the station. Or when I reached the station, I found that the train had already left. So which one happens earlier? The leaving of the train and then my arrival. The patient had died before the doctor arrived. So which one happens before? The death of the patient takes place before and the doctor's coming takes place later. So both are past tense. But one which is more past, that is past perfect. And the other one is simple past. And in future perfect. In future perfect also, will have done. So it is similar to present perfect, only the will is there. We don't use shall much. So I will have done my homework by next week, or I will have submitted my project next Monday. So an action which you think will be done by the time mentioned. So I will have completed my project by next Monday. So will have completed, will have done. So have done is present perfect and you add a will to it and it becomes your future perfect. And in future perfect continuous, it is not used in recent times. It has gone out of use. Especially not only that, in future tense, in present times, we use only two. Simple future and future continuous. Though in many grammar books they say that future tense is only out of use. What matters is the present tense and the past tense, because in future tense there are many which can be molded into or it can be used in the present tense. I'll give you an example. Suppose your father has gone somewhere and he is to return next week. So you can say my father will return next week. My father will be returning next week. You can also say my father is returning next week. Why? Because the action is fixed. It is a fixed plan that he is returning next week. So in that case, you can use present continuous. So we can use present tense instead of the future tense in most cases. But still, you will find that the use of, in future tense, the use of simple future, will do, will go, will leave, will study, and will be doing, will be coming, these are the ones most used. You hardly find future perfect, and there is only 1% chance of you finding future perfect continuous. So this is in a nutshell about your tenses, and I hope you liked it. Give me a like if you have liked it.